all these houses.
On est capable! C'est une expérience à Montréal.
True, it's like a real look, it's a wave.
This is ginormous.
We're
like driving through the ocean.
I'm gonna send your dad this one.
Take a video of this.
Our first news starts from Canada. Heavy rain leads to flooding in southern Quebec. Intense rainfall hitting southern Quebec over the next 24 hours has already led to damaged cars and event cancellations throughout the province. Environment Canada, ECC, has issued a rainfall warning for all of southern Quebec as it receives remnants of Tropical Storm Debby. Some regions, such as Berthierville, St. Gabriel, and Lanaudière, are expected to receive up to 120 millimeters of rainfall by tomorrow. There's a high risk of flash flooding and pooling on roads, according to the government agency. Jennifer Smith, ECC National Warning Preparedness Meteorologist, says people need to be weather aware and mindful of low visibility, even the combination of rain and winds of 20 to 30 kilometers. Transport Ministry spokesperson Louise Andrea Bertrand says localized flooding due to the storm is mostly affecting Montreal for now. The weather system will continue to track northeast across Quebec through Saturday, bringing heavy rain along with it. Localized flooding was already taking place in some parts of Montreal on Friday morning, including the St. Laurent borough. Bertrand says highways such as the 40 near De La Côte de l'Est Road and 13 northbound were affected. Teams are on the ground to pump water back into the sewer system. Bertrand said the agency focused on cleaning the roads of debris in the lead-up to the storm to facilitate drainage Friday into the sewer system. The downtown Montreal shelter Resilience is also experiencing flooding, according to a post on X by Nacusit of the Native Women's Shelter of Montreal. A spokesperson for Montreal said the city has been alerted to some flooded underpasses as well, noting that the best protection against basement flooding are backwater valves. The spokesperson said they hope sponge parks and other flood curbing measures will help Montreal become more resilient to the increasing number of rainfall events. A total of 70 millimeters to 100 millimeters of rain is expected for the island of Montreal area Friday. The city's rainfall average for the whole month of August stands at 94.1 millimeters. Pride Montreal has also decided to cancel all of its outdoor events Friday, which included its Community Day on St. Catherine Street East and Drag Evening at the Olympic Stadium. The festival's indoor events will go on as scheduled. In New York, the risk of severe flooding from the remnants of Hurricane Debby led Gov. Kathy Hochul to declare a statewide state of emergency on Friday. Heavy rain, high wind, and flooding are expected across the tri-state area on Friday. A tornado warning was briefly issued in Orange County, New York. A tornado watch for much of the area was canceled around 8 p.m. The governor's office cited a growing risk of severe thunderstorms with the possibilities of tornadoes in the eastern half of the state in the announcement. New York City and its suburbs are preparing for the worst when the remnants of Hurricane Debby reach the tri-state area. As of Friday afternoon, the NYC Office of Emergency Management had over 150 reports of downed trees across the 5 boroughs, including in Queens, where a huge tree fell on a house.
You set up a barrier to try to get water to flow this way, but it's not.
In Pennsylvania, fast-rising floodwaters from Debby's extreme rainfall has overwhelmed communities and fueled a dangerous situation in the Northeast, damaging homes, inundating roads, and forcing rescues. Rare flash flood emergencies, the most severe flood alert, were issued early Friday afternoon for portions of southern New York and northern Pennsylvania, warning of life-threatening and catastrophic flooding. The floodwaters had trapped people in their homes and forced evacuations via boat and helicopter. Debby is racing through the Northeast, but its heavy rain, flooding, and tornado threats have spanned hundreds of miles of the eastern U.S. The system already triggered tornado and flood warnings for Washington, D.C. on Friday morning and a flood emergency in South Carolina, and remains a serious threat despite losing its tropical status.